What's up, y'all? Welcome to my temple. It's just Rhonda. We just here to get into this review. Ready to Love, Season 9, Episode 11. Y'all are exhausting. By the time Monday hits, there's been so much. I'm going to try very hard to stick to the things that were, actually taking place on the show, but there's so much things taking place outside of the show. It's absolutely impossible to ignore it. So look, like the video, subscribe to my channel. And then, yeah, we're at the ladies lounge. So we're at the ladies lounge. The ladies look lovely. This was probably my favorite dresses. Everybody looked really pretty. It was, really nice down there. This week, the ladies are supposed to introduce their connections to their families. Why not? Why not just introduce these niggas that you ain't really interested in to your family? Like, I mean, I'm with the shits. My family would be, so why not? Patrice says she hasn't done that in 20 years. In 20 years, she hasn't introduced anybody to her family. So your family don't know Dro, then who is he? Then why did you bring him over here? And why don't you introduce your family to anyone? What you been doing for the last 20 years? Jeez, when did you get divorced? Patrice, I don't know what's going on with you, but I kind of have it from the beginning. You was very confusing from day one. Seems like now I see you and Chaz are playing the same damn game. You should have wore t-shirts for your Sprinter company so you could go ahead and promote the thing while you over here. So we start with Justin and Mika. I think that's a good place to start. Let's get to the actual connection, maybe. Hope so. We hope so, child. Justin meets Mika's dad. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit, or probably not the first, but okay, I'll go ahead and admit that I did not see this coming. I really like it. I think it's funny, like Mika caught all this heat because they were like, where she don't have not one ex that would come over here and talk to her connections. And I'm like, why would I want to bring somebody that's probably not gonna have nothing good to say? Because relationships end and what is he gonna help me? Like, I don't understand the concept of that anyway. So I was like, we're awfully judgy because she don't want to be bothered like her kid's father. Like, that's real personal. I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to get all up in my business like that. At the end of the day, she brought her daddy, and that's way better than her ex because the daddy is who you're supposed to run through when you're trying to get to somebody's daddy, not their ex, for God's sakes. Anyway, Mika been saying that her and Justin talk every day, which is important. Now, I don't know if they're meeting around Dallas, Fort Worth area because it seems like people have been. I don't necessarily have a problem with it if it's a connection, but I think maybe y'all should like just go to the coffee shop or something and not over to the club or down to the parking lot, tonguing somebody down. It causes a lot of problems. So, they haven't said they've met outside the process, but they haven't said they haven't met outside the process. They did say, well, Mika said that they talk every day, but that's how you get to know a person, get to know what their routine is. What you doing? It's 5 o'clock. I'm cooking dinner for these kids. You know what I'm saying? Get to know what their lifestyle is really like. So I like that. When Justin met her dad, he was all like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, Justin's grandfather is a whole politician over here in Mississippi, so he knows how to be a polite. Sounds kind of like revolutionary being a politician over in Mississippi. I'm just saying, some people came here looking for revolutionaries, and I was like, never mind. We wouldn't even want to get Justin over there. Plus, he has a dog. Let's just stay focused. Mika's dad asked Justin, how many girlfriends you got? It felt like he was like, I see you. Mika's dad was very much giving, I used to be like fine like Justin back in the day. Not that there's anything with the way he looks like now. I'm just saying in his younger days, he was giving, that was me. No girlfriends, sir. I don't have any girlfriends. I'm all the way single over here, sir. He said 100%. Justin was like 100%. Mika's dad said, these pretty niggas, they play too much and do, and so do the rest of them over here playing. Hmm. All of them playing. Mika's dad asked Justin what are his intentions with his daughter. And Justin said, I just want to see where this goes. And I said, nope, Justin, do better. Intentions, that's not it. Reel it on back. Let's go ahead and think of a real answer. Ain't nobody over here just like trying to see what happened. Kind of, but no, don't say that. That's not enough. Do better. What is you thinking about? Is you thinking about being off of these single streets or not? Mika is concerned that, he's been out here in these streets for a long time and, she's a single mother with children. And is he ready for all that? Like from going to this, he didn't say he was a wild boy. He just said he was a single boy. And I think that's a valid concern. But I also think don't leave that up to Justin. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that in Justin's hands. This is what I used to do, Mika. If I was dating somebody and I wanted to see like, how they are around kids and things, you have like group things like cookouts and things where people can come, you know what I mean? That way your kids don't know what's happening. Justin is just one of the people over there around to the cookout. See what I'm saying? So they get introduced without actually being introduced. You just take your time on that, but like it's a way for you to observe and see how he is. He's a PE teacher. So, with eighth graders. I think he said. If he could handle that, my goodness, then he could probably handle just about anything when it comes to kids. Justin said he's patient and he would need to be. I like that answer for both of them. Like he might need to see that too. Like, what does that look like? When you getting to know each other, though, that's what it takes. You don't think the heart wants what it wants. You never like really can plan the circumstances of the person that your heart starts feeling butterflies for. Her dad said, as long as you're good to her, then you're good with me. Like, this is my girl, and so I'm gonna need you to don't play, playboy. When he left, her dad told her, be careful, of that wolf that might still be in him. I guess. I mean, he's a young man. Sometimes you got to tame the wolf. I think once you decide to go on in, that's part of the program. You're gonna have to go on in and train the wolf because all of them got wolf in them. Hell, some of them out here damn near 50 wolfing around, adding on connections and things. And I'm not gonna mention no names. I'm just saying the wolf always be in them. We are seeing a completely different side of Mika. She seems much lighter now. I'm not mad at it. When she came in here, she was telling y'all, I'm not gonna change my mind. If I don't like somebody, I have no connection, I'm not gonna change the process. And I guess it worked out for her. What's the point in that? Look around the room. What was she gonna do? I will say though, Justin is making you smile like that for real, you definitely should explore it. Like you can't avoid hurt and disappointment. And if you get in a relationship, you're going to for sure experience some hurt and disappointment. But it's how y'all manage your way through those types of situations. It depends on how strong your relationship is gonna be. But you don't find love if you just in fear all the time. Be careful. Move along. See what happens. That's kind of what Justin said, but I don't want him to say that way. I want him to think about it. Chaz gets to meet Vanessa's sister. So they have a little lunch situation. Sis comes in with the questions, Chaz got the answers because he always do. She said, what is your social life like? And he said, I don't really go out that much. I have a dog. And she looked at her sister like, girl, he said he got a dog. And Vanessa's like, we had that conversation. What was the conversation? He's got a dog. She's like, I don't know if I have time to be taking care of any animals. It's not that I hate animals. I just, I only got enough energy to take care of my kids. Okay. So what the fuck does that mean? Where's his dog going? Girl, I'm not about to have no conversation about my dog. I bet you that. I bet you if you just don't like dogs, and this is the thing, it's not like she said, I'm scared of dogs, or she has some just traumatic experience with the dog. She just decided, like, I mean, I don't like them, and so we'll talk about it. Girl, go home with your kids. She asked him, her sister asked him about, his dating life, and he said he ain't really been dating in the last 3 years. Well, he's more than making up for it now because he has 47 out of 10 connections and he is really overwhelmed with all these women in the process. Chaz.
Name them.
That what?
Name them.
Not having.
Name
Well,
name them. Name them. Name them. Name them. Name them.
that what?
Name them.
Not having.
Name
Well,
Name them.
Chaz, the people said there were only 10 women in this process, so I don't know where you found all these extra women from, but we're gonna need to rewind and see what you was doing over there down to the mixers. How many people were on the set? Chaz, everybody on the set wasn't there for the taking. Some of them were there for doing other stuff. Chaz stood up there and told that lady he had deep feelings for Vanessa. I guess. I mean, Vanessa says she wants to be loved out loud. Not a booty call down to the parking lot. She told her sister on you. She told her sister that you were over here sending good morning, beautiful texts to everyone. And her sister's like, what? I mean, I just need to know, like, why is Vanessa not your only option at this point? And Chaz is like, she is. Except for this new girl. She was like back around the vacation house. And I was like, I don't see you on the list. And she was like, I was on the list. And he was like, okay, you got a pen? I'll write you on the list and we'll go ahead and see what happens from here. Jesus. Chad said he is still in the process. Listen, he is still in the process. When he get to the bridge, he'll decide what he's supposed to be doing. For right now, he has time to think about it. Did Vanessa tell her sister she was tonguing this man down to the car? I'm just wondering, like, the her perspective. You know what I'm saying? On things. When he left, they had a little conversation, and she told Vanessa, I think you're more into him than he's into you. I wonder. I don't know what she's into, to be honest. I guess, child. I just don't understand. Listen, the dog thing is really bothering me, so I'm not gonna be able to get past it. Plus, this lady be over here, lying. Her sister says, I think he's manipulative, but he's a great guy. Okay. How you do that? He's a manipulative great guy. Well, if he's manipulative, she is too. Because she was the one over here telling Tommy, like, oh, Tommy, we don't have enough time together. But we know what she was doing when she was lying to Tommy, saying she didn't even have to say that. She could have like did however she was gonna do things over there behind the scenes, and then come over here and just do what the people tell her to do. But no, who leaving voicemails, like long ass voice messages like that? Who does that? I think Vanessa and her sister, based on that, he's manipulative, great guy. They're a prime example of when you book smart and not street smart. He wouldn't have no emails, no text messages, no voicemails, no evidence of me claiming to, be being shady out here in these streets. Other folks have met up. Koshia and LaRon was meeting up. We didn't know that until after the fact, after she was gone. So Patrice's date is going. We got 2 dates going on at the same time. So let's go ahead and get into it. She invites Alonzo to her brother. She took him over to the wing place because they have a pinball machine, and he likes to play with the toys when they go out to eat. I'm sorry. And then she met Chaz at dinner because she brought her mama. So, you can't be taking your mama down to the wing place. Anyway, she's over here talking about her connection with Chaz is just growing stronger and stronger. Girl, stop. Patrice, you're very pretty, but you don't have no connection with Chaz. Not really, not like that. Like that. Y'all just want to make sure that there's enough votes at the end. And I'm at this point not even sure why. Now, Patrice mama sitting down there with Chaz talking about she has concerns. I have concerns about who comes in and out of my daughter's life. Well, you should be concerned. Apparently, it's not something that you've even experienced in the last 20 years because she ain't even been telling y'all who she dated. She had a whole relationship with some little curly haired tattooed man named Dro. You did not know that, but we knew that because she introduced us to Dro. She brought you Chazzy. Be careful, Patrice's mama. Chazzy got a list, and it seems to be every time he sits down with someone, the list gets longer. Patrice's brother, keep your eye on your mama, because Chaz is not to be trusted over here. His list. Now, Alonzo is over on a date being silly, because that's what he does. That's why we had to bring him over here, because I got a little skeet ball machine, and that's his favorite one. And while you're sitting there having adult conversation, you can give him some quarters. He can roll over there and play with the game. Now, they start talking about finances, and he's not having a serious conversation about that because he generally doesn't. And I feel like y'all set him up. I don't like it. We all the way here. Now you want to have this serious conversation about finances and chastising him because I think that's serious. Do you? Because it seems like you chose him, young self, Stella, over here. And her brother is like, so let's just say y'all get together. Would you be moving into an apartment or into a house? Well, she said she was on Chaz's level, wealthy. So I guess she already got a nice ass house. We're just moving over to her house. Patrice's brother. And then her mama over here asking Chaz, how did he acquire his wealth? Really, lady? And Patrice chimes in talking about she wants to know if you're a drug dealer. And I'm like, why? Why would she think that? She don't know nobody that you've dated in the last 20 years. Now, if she was asking that to Dro, I mean, maybe. He wasn't really giving drug dealer either, but Chaz definitely is not giving drug dealer. Chaz said he made some sacrifices, some hard decisions. He started a business, and then life took off. And I was like, is that code for like none of your business? Because like you told her without telling her. I appreciate that because I didn't really like that question. Anyway, would you consider yourself wealthy? And Mom, back up a little bit. You could have just asked the man, what did he do for a living? Do you consider yourself wealthy? Now her brother asked about other connections. Do you have any other connections? And if you do, like, so, what's the tea with this connection and my sister? Like, why are they different? How are they different? Chaz is like, well, Patrice is all, understanding of me without judgment. And Vanessa was over there being judgy. And I'm like, well, why are we talking about Vanessa? Well, you didn't have to say that. Patrice was over here praying with me. We prayed together. And I was like, about what? What was y'all praying about? Lord, please help me figure out how I'm gonna get this list a little shorter, slim this list down a little bit. I am so overwhelmed. 11 out of 10 is a lot to consider. Just stronger and stronger. Y'all stop. Her brother asked about Alonzo about family, and Alonzo he said he really didn't have a father figure. He had a stepfather. I think he had shared a story before about his father passing away. I'm guessing that was his biological. And then he said, the stepfather was over here not being that great of a person. He's very detached from it. I would imagine saying the story in front of all these strange people is kind of difficult. Patrice, did you pray with Alonzo? Because it seems like he would be the one that needs a little prayer and understanding, a little healing. Not somebody with a whole long list of options that you've been penciled in on. You wasn't even on the original list. He asked Chaz about family. Chaz says he's the second oldest of four brothers. His parents been married 47 years. And her brother asked if they're close. He said, not really. Everybody grow up and have their own life. And I don't know, that weirded me out, their response to it. I was like, he didn't say they hated each other. He just said, are they close? Not necessarily. I'm closer to my friends. I think that's kind of normal. When you get grown, like you be close to I guess it depends. It depends. Anyway, Patrice said her brothers is like this. And I was like, except for the part where you don't introduce them to none of the people that you like dating, but I guess, girl. And at the end of it all, Chad said he liked her family better. Her family was over there for giving him soul food vibes, and he was not getting those types of vibes from Vanessa's family. He walked away, and her mama was like, "Oh, girl, he's fine." And Patrice was like, "I know, because he looks like my dad." And I was like, "This is why you should bring your daddy instead of your mama. Your mama over here, like, is he wealthy? Oh, he fine. She's sold. She's sold. She has no idea who she sold her daughter to. Time he get around to the car, I hope the valet is like a boy and not a girl, because she might make the list. He drove a nice car over there. Maya meets up with LaRon. So we find out, because they come on the scene with some explaining to do, with this weird ass energy that we didn't know anything about. So apparently they was out somewhere, and they met at a club, and she was just standing over there being nice and cute like she always do, and she was talking to one of her friends, and then what does LaRon do? Popping out, wilding out, bugging out, snapping out, and was calling her some B's and F's. I didn't like it. I didn't like any of that at all. Her mother made a call and was like, yeah, so I'm not going to make it. And I'm like, yeah, because she told her mama, you know what, don't even come over here, because this nigga was at the club last night acting a fool. And I heard that he was over there calling me B's and F's. And her mother was like, mm-mm. Because you know what's going to happen if I come over there. And I was like, yep. He walked in the door and she gave him a church hug. He was off from the side. She was like, my mama ain't coming. He was like, ooh, that's not good. No, you knew her mother wasn't coming. You act a fool out there. And she asked him, like, do you feel like you're possessive? And he was like, well, I'm like, no, LaRon, because he gave 411 announcements about people not allowed to be possessive about their connections. Okay, somebody be in their face. You need to relax. That's what he said down to the vacation house. Now, all of a sudden, you sitting up here smiling. What the fuck you smiling for? Smack his ass again. Shit ain't funny. Now you sitting up here talking about, well, I'm a little jealous and possessive, and I have a crazy mouth. We seen it. And so and shit. Do better. Fix that. It's not okay. Ain't nobody gonna be doing all of that. She was hugged up with some dude. Yeah, you said the same thing about Koshia. To be honest, you said she was embarrassing. I'm be out here embarrassing me. I'm not no simp. Why would you embarrass? Why would you be embarrassed? I'm curious. She embarrassed you how? Because you met some girl out to the club that's on a TV show with you that what? Was standing over here talking to some dude. And why are you embarrassed? Because if somebody you like is making you feel like embarrassed, then you should just fall back. Popping out, snapping out. You don't want to look like no simp. You didn't until you start snapping and calling people bitches. And maybe you should stop hanging around so many bitches and then you won't think everybody is a bitch because that ain't what it is. You need a little less booty hole brown over there in your life, maybe. Then you won't be over here calling people bitches and F's to use. Do you think that dynamite mouth man was be over here acting a fool like that? Let another nigga see him sweat? Because that's what it's about. I have nothing to do with her. There's nothing fun about a sword fight, Maya. Because it don't be about you. It be about them. They be over there slapping dicks, acting like they strong and shit. Blowing out, snapping out, wilding out, acting a damn fool. You curse because you're from New Jersey. No, you don't. That doesn't even make sense. Look, can we stop that whole calling out our cities thing? That's dumb. The ghetto is the ghetto everywhere, and the hood is the hood, and niggas is niggas. From the south, from the top, from the bottom to the top. He sat up there and said he's sorry. Maya said, listen, that ain't gonna cut it. You're gonna have to show me. You ain't gonna be able to tell me. Um, he said it's not repeated behavior. Yeah, it is. We've seen you behave like this pretty much once a week. As soon as you get down somewhere with some truth tequila, you start acting a damn fool. Maybe you should remove that from your life. No more truth tequila. Have yourself a, I don't know, Michelob. Jesus. Maya, I can't not say nothing to you over here. Is this enough for you? What do you need to consider? Nothing. Mr. Snap Out Pop Off over here be snapping out and popping off. And possessive and crazy mouth and all of those things he said about himself, those aren't getting any better. Matter of fact, they're gonna get worse because I don't see him putting down the truth tequila too anytime soon. He got bitches and he wants you all to know. Okay, bro. We ease off of the tension with Mika and Justin. They went down to have a little date. Get to know you better situation. Justin asked Mika, you want to see me every day? She's like, I don't got to see you every day, but I'm gonna need you to check in or something like 4 to 6 hours and I ain't heard from you. That's gonna be a problem for me. And he's like, are you clingy? And I'm like, nigga, just check in. That's it. That's all. And this is them establishing expectations for each other. I like it. Yeah, if we liking each other or whatever it is we doing, I'm gonna expect to hear from you. Am I looking at my watch and being like, I haven't heard from you in 4 hours? No. She's saying like, if you wake up and I ain't heard from you, it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm gonna be feeling like, dang, you ain't thought about me all day. Like, just check in. It don't have to be a whole phone call. We know how we do. WYD. TTYL. You know what it is, Justin. Justin said he requires a healthy amount of space. And I'm like, what is that? What is the expectation of that? Single people space or relationship people space? Clarity. That's what we need. When they ask when he throw out them vague answers like that, clarity. What does that look like? He said this is a fast process, and it is. And he said, 6 to 8 months in, and then he knows your expectations, and he's trying to like meet those expectations. I appreciate that. I agree with that. 6 months in, you start to establish a certain routine with one another and see what's tea. Hell, if it's good at 6, then running on out. See what happens. I think a strong foundation takes a little bit of time. It don't happen like nobody out here trying to matrimony after 4 weeks. That's fun and entertaining, but it ain't real smart. Love at first sight and all that stupid shit. A real connection is also very hard to come by. And I feel like based on the way Maya was in the beginning, where she was like closed off to just the bullshit, I'm looking back at what was over there and I'm not seeing why she had any reason to be opening it up over there until she found somebody she got a connection with. Now, if somebody is making you smile like that, girl, it's definitely worth exploring. So carry on. We'll see y'all at the bridge. See what y'all say. Chaz and Vanessa. I have a hard time saying that now. It's just I'm just so disappointed. It's gonna be so cute. Now here they are. He likes her blue dress. That's what he do. I like your halter top. I like your shoes. I like your blue dress. He does it to like throw you off. Let your guard down. Hit you with a compliment. She's in there smiling. She said, I haven't seen you since you met my sister. And I'm like, really, girl? Because we don't know. Because you said you'd be over here saying shit like that. Like, so did you really not see him? Have you already discussed it or not? Because I don't believe shit to come out of your mouth no more. And you don't like dogs. For me, that's an issue. She told him that her sister said he was manipulative. And I was like, that's what she said. You do be manipulating him. Who, me? Why would she say that? She thinks that you're more into me than I am to you. Lies. Here he go with the lines. Remember I told y'all a while back that Chaz be having them lines. Chaz be over here running a whole lot of lines. He be smiling at the ladies and holding their hand and, saying things like, don't be running late and call me when you get home and don't call me in November. And I don't run lines, so I just made all that shit up. None of it made sense, but neither do these. I don't know what the fuck he be talking about. Here we go. He got some good ones this time. He said, I may bring you flowers. I may bring them flowers. But I bought you 2 bouquets. And I may have bought gifts. But yours was in gold. And I was like, who was you buying gifts for? Who got gifts? When I walk into your temple, I worship you. You see it? Yeah, I see it. I was like, I know you don't. That work? Does that work? They was over there. What you like better, the sunrise or the sunset? And she was immediately in. And I was like, well, I guess I was thinking different. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking like sunrise people like to get it in the morning and sunset people prefer getting it in the night. I didn't know we was having poetry night over here, Chad. Can I hold your hands under the table? I guess. So now you like sitting there holding hands under the table. And she's like, are you just being in the moment? I don't know. When I'm in the moment, I just orbit around you. Chaz, what does that mean? When I'm in the moment, I orbit around you. You couldn't write that down. It just came up. That sounded like a freestyle. That was a freestyle. That's why it don't make sense. When I'm in the moment, I orbit around you. I'm trying to visualize. What do that look like? Vanessa's like, we only have conflict in public. When we're one-on-one, this doesn't happen. Like down to the car, or no conflict. Girl, that's what the booty call do. You have conflict in public. That's a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. But here you are, grinning, all up in the temple, orbiting around things. He know he got her now, sitting there looking the food down to the tablecloth, hands underneath the table. Vanessa, I feel very deeply for you. It's a wrap. She's in. She knows she's in. It's all like them. What's the other girl? Patrice. Patrice could forget about it. I'm in. Fast forward to his confessional. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't even say that Vanessa's even at my top anymore. Chaz. Meanwhile, the Black Widow is over here playing with Alonzo again. You couldn't have told me I was gonna feel, I still think Alonzo is very immature. I knew that. And I think that Patrice is too old for this nigga. So I was wondering what the hell she had going on. And he started in the beginning and asked that lady about being choked or snatched. And she had to set him straight. And ever since then, he's been trying to be good. Everything Patrice told him to do, he tried to do it. He took her out on these nice dates. He's trying to like bring down the silly a little bit. He told her, like, when we was over to the vacation getaway, and that hurt my feelings when you was over there chasing around behind Chaz. Like, I was just chopped liver over here. And she was like, oh, that's not what was going on at all, honey. I saw a man in pain, and I would just be there for him, and I would be there for you the same way if you needed me. That's bullshit, Alonzo. He said, I'm just, I had to get that out, ask the question because I don't want to be over here like being an asshole and, you know, being angry and jealous acting like LeBron be doing over there. She was like, I get it because sometimes I like to throw a tantrum just to see if come make sure I'm good, come running after me. And I was like, you like to do what? You like to throw a tantrum just for fun? He ain't the only immature one around here then. What does that look like? Child's over here orbiting around moments. She over here throwing tantrum for entertainment purposes. Maybe Alonzo's too mature for her. Alonzo leaves his day happy. He thinks he did something. Really, he got played because Patrice is over here playing. We're at the finals ladies lounge, y'all. Tommy, checking in, seeing what's going on. Mika said her and Justin are on the right track. They're trying to focus on, their communication. At this point, that's really all they can do. But, like I said, she is smiling a lot, so that's a good thing. And him too. Like they generally like be cheesy at each other. Maya says she has the things to think about. No, you don't, girl. No, you don't. There's nothing else to think about. Let LeBron figure out what he gonna do with himself over there because it ain't a good look. He don't need no more chances. Hopefully he'll figure that shit out for when he runs across the next girl. That this is the thing about that. Like the kind of girl you want LeBron is not gonna let you be calling her no bitches and FUs. Chaz has Vanessa confused. We know, girl. Poor baby. Patrice is confused too. She thinks she's in a love triangle, and her love triangle consists of 147.5 other women. So that's one hell of a triangle for her to figure out. And she about to go over to the bridge and shit on Alonzo. Next week, we to the bridge. We know Mika and Justin are gonna meet down to the bridge, and we'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna have my fingers crossed. I like it. I want to see it be a thing. We know LeBron ain't going down to the bridge. You know why? Because